Hello, this is Jamie Magridge. Welcome to Jamie's Craft Table. Today I'm going to show you how I made this card. Let's get started here. So for consumables, I have 2 scrap pieces of white that I'm going to put the stick adhesive on the back of. I have a piece of white that is 1 by 3.5 inch for my sentiment. Piece that will go behind that, which is 1 1/4 by 3 3/4, and I've already run it through an embossing folder. I have a piece that is 4 by 5 1/4, and I've already run that through the embossing folder. I have a layer that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then I have my card base, which is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and I've scored it and folded it at 4 1/4. I'm going to be using this die, and that is from Artistic Dies. I'm going to I've already used the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder, and then we'll be using this sentiment here from Forever Fern. Okay. And this is the double-sided adhesive tape, and there's one side that has these sections you can peel off. I think the newer one has even smaller sections. You're just going to peel it off and adhere your paper on the back of it. Go ahead and do this one as well. Okay, then I fold these back, and then I will cut it out using my scissors. And then I'm going to take this die and I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine, and I will be right back. And I need 2 of these, so I'm going to do the same thing twice. Okay, so now I've got 2 of these dies with the sticky paper on the back. I took the time to pick out most of these little pieces off camera so you didn't have to sit there and watch me do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the backing off of one of them. It's the trickiest part. Okay, now I'm going to layer this one on top of this other one, just to make it a little bit thicker. I'm going to line it up best I can. If it's off a little bit, it's not going to matter too much, but I do like to get it as lined up as I can. Once you get it where you want it, you're going to give it a good rubbing to make sure that it stays stuck. Okay, we'll put that aside for a minute. Now we're going to bring in this 1 by 3.5 inch piece of basic white, and I'm going to use my powder anti-static powder tool. And I'm going to bring in Versamark ink and the stamp Love and Laughter Forever After. Ink that up in Versamark ink, which is a clear watermark ink. I'm going to stamp it. I'm going to come in with gold embossing powder. Embossing powder should stick only where the Versamark is. Well, that's pretty good. A little bit over here where I don't want it. Very nice. Okay. Let me funnel this away so I don't accidentally spill it. This one will get discarded. Alright, now I'm going to bring in my board. Oh, I can't pick it up. There we go, and my heat tool. I'll turn it on 2. I'm going to hold it with my take your pick tool. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that or not. As soon as it starts turning, shining, you're going to move to a new section. Goes from that dull, powdery look to a shining gold finish. Get a good once over so I won't have any areas I missed. That aside for a moment. We'll bring in our pieces and we can assemble this card. Now I'm going to take the 1 1/4 by 3 3/4 inch piece that I've run through the Tasteful Textile 3D embossing folder, and this piece here that we just embossed. You see the shiny there? That's going to get mounted on the center of that. I'm going to be using my Tombow Mono multi-glue. I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this. Bones left, so let's use up these bones. Sticking to me pretty good today for some reason. Okay, take those backs off. I'm going to bring in the 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of white that's been embossed. I'm going to center this up at this bottom, so the bottom and the 2 sides are going to have the same distance. Okay, now I'm going to carefully peel the back off of this. Like I said, this is the hardest part, getting that paper backing off of that double-sided adhesive tape. There we go. Okay, now we're going to center this up on the front of our card here. Stick it down, push push it down well so that it stays put. Now we're going to mount this on the 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 inch piece. Just has a 1/16 of an inch border all the way around it. Okay, and this is going to get mounted on the front of our card. Again, there's just going to be that fraction of an inch all the way around. And I'm going to bring in my gold faceted gems. And I'm going to put a large one here. Grab a medium one. That's going to go up here. And I have a small one, which will go down over here next to that. There you go. There's a card we just made together. Here's the one I did previously. Well, thank you so much for joining me today at Jamie's Craft Table. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you can find a little bit of time to play with some stamps, ink, and paper.